So, the way that my gang stalkers or abusers, the way that they attempt to make me feel less than, it is so disgusting, you know? It is mean. Like, simply put, it's wicked. And the people that I'm referring to, they are supposed to be the ones who are closest to me at this point in time. And you know, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I feel like I need to. Because I fully understand that whenever you speak aloud about what people are doing to you, it takes the power away. I've learned that in AA and NA. It's true. It really works. But I'm just going to tell the truth. Like last night, I went to a meeting and I sat at a table by myself, which I do a lot for a very purposeful reason. I don't want to be messed with, so I always try to separate myself. But they said, Rusty, sit with us. And quite frankly, that should have been my first indication to not go over there. But against my better judgment, I said, okay. And so I sat down. And one of the women, they take out this full-size granola bar. And they hand it to the girl sitting beside me. Then she takes out like a bite-size granola bar. And she hands it to me. Then she pulls out another full-size granola bar and hands it to a third person. And that is a perfect example of what they do. Like, I'm not good enough to get a full-size granola bar. I deserve the bite-size granola bar. And I don't even like the granola bar, right? Like, that's not what it's about. It's just the simple fact that they try so hard to make me feel unimportant, unloved, outcasted. You know, I mean, it's so evident that I could spot it 20 miles away. But this is what they do. And after that, I stepped outside to go smoke a cigarette with one of the girls. And we come back in and we sit down, and the same woman who handed out the granola bars, she then looks to the woman who went outside with me and said, "Oh my gosh, where were you? I was so worried about you." We went out at the same time. We walked back in at the same time. But she was worried about her. And again, like, I don't care. I really don't care. The intent is to hurt my feelings. But see, what they don't understand is that my feelings have been being hurt from the moment that I was born. I have always been surrounded by people just like that, doing the same exact thing. Except it was worse, you know, growing up. I used to receive this treatment from my family, my mother, and everyone else. You know, if I could manage to grow up that way, being treated like that by my own mother, I certainly think that I can handle it by some friends. And I use the term friends very loosely. Because people like that, they are not your friends. Absolutely not. And you know, what gets me is the same people who behave this way are the very ones that are always talking about God, praising Jesus, worshiping God, but yet their heart is filled with meanness and wickedness like that. Because anyone who would purposefully attempt to make another person feel badly for absolutely no reason, because I've never done anything to them, that's not a good egg. That's not a person who's filled with Jesus's love. Period poo. It's just astounding to me, the way that they behave. And now I feel better getting that off of my chest. So, moral of the story, collective, if you've got people around you trying to make you feel badly, do not allow that. Do not give them that power. Recognize what they're doing, pray for them, and go love on yourself. I love you. Much love.